to the session of the principles of estimation for multiple inputs, and also we can go for the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing in the wireless communication. Coming to today topic is the vector parameter estimation system model for multi antenna downlink channel estimation. This is A. Karthik, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Coming to today topic is the vector parameter estimation. Vector parameter estimation in the system model for the multi-antenna downlink. Okay, in the previous sessions, mainly we discussed about the maximum likelihood functions, and the CRB models and their examples. Okay, there we have taken the estimations of the transmitter, channel estimation, and also we can take in for the receiver also. There we also find out the vectors. Okay, h hat minus h, and also we can find out the unbiased estimator. Okay, coming to today's session, we can go for the antenna downlink. Whenever you use the multi-antenna, then we can use the downlink channel. Okay, we know that what is a downlink and what is the uplink. Okay, that will also today we can see in the today class. Okay, in the previous one, mainly find out the parameter estimation. The estimation having the scalar parameter that is a h. Okay, coming to much more general scenario, that is a vector parameter estimation. That is a parameter it we estimated actually parameter that we are going to denote by the h bar. Okay, that is a h vector. Okay, that is we discussed in the previous one. Coming to mainly, that is the h parameter means scalar parameter. H hat equal to what we have to write here, h1, h2 up to so on hn. This is a channel collection. Okay, collection of parameters. Okay, this we also discussed in the previous session. There we can consider transmitter and receiver. What is a pilot symbols? What is a receive symbol? What is a channel transmission section? What is a channel? That is also we discussed. Now also we can see in the next further slides what are the vectors. What is the transmitter vectors? What is the receiver vectors? How we can combine those vectors in the channel estimation. That will also we can see in the further slides. Okay, mainly here we can concentration on the vector parameter estimation. What is a vector parameter estimation? We can see here the vector of parameter is just a collection of parameters, the numbers, which forms any vector. Okay, for example, here we having the x bar, y bar, and h bar. What is the x bar here? This is the x bar. X bar is the observation parameter, observation vector, and this is a received vector. This is a channel vector, Okay, here we have the observation vector and received vector and channel vector. That is a vector of parameters. Is just collection of parameters. For example, here the x bar equal to we are having the x1, x2, x of n. Okay. Next, coming to y bar equal to y1, y2 up to y of n. Coming to h bar equal to h1, h2 up to hn. Okay, like that we are having the collection of parameters. These are the collection of parameters. Okay, collection of parameters. Here we having the vector parameter means it is a collection of parameter. Here this is a vector and this is a vector. This is another vector. Here we having the observation vector, received vector, and a channel vector. Okay, coming to a parameter is a function of argument that could have one of range of values. Okay, every parameter having the some argument. Okay, then we can find out the range of values. What is the transmitted symbol? What is the received symbol? What is the channel symbols? Okay, there we can find out the range of values in the wireless communication. If you go for the any wireless communication or any communication, these values are the common for the all the communication. Okay, we are first of all we go for the vector parameter. This is the vector parameter, and next one we go for the multiple antenna techniques. Okay, first of all we have to know the information about the antennas, multiple antennas, and vector buffer. After that we go for the derivation of the this vector parameter link to the multi-antenna downlink. Okay, here we can see the broadly the multiple antenna techniques utilize the multiple antennas at the transmitter, and also we can go for the receiver in the combination with the adaptive signals. Then we can go with the processing to provide the smart array processing and diversity, combining the spatial diversity multiplexing and capability of the wireless system. Okay, here you can see the processing. What is it providing? What is it providing? The multiple antenna techniques. It provides the smart array processing and also diversity combining the spatial multiplexing capability of the wireless system. Okay, coming to in the previously we are having the conventional signal antenna system that exploited two dimension are only one time and frequency, whereas a multiple antenna X system exploit the an additional spatial dimension. Okay, in the this is our previously, but now we are having the process to the smart array processing, diversity combining, spatial multiplexing, and the capability of the wireless system. But in the coming in the previously we are having the conventional system that will provide the only one time, only time of frequency. Okay, no need of not covering the that multiplexing also, but here we can consider the new modern network that we can consider in the smart array processing, diversity combining, spatial multiplexing. But in this previous session we are having that time and frequency we can find out the from the single antenna, that not for multiple antenna. After that we can find out the we can give the MIMO. It is a MIMO, multiple input and multiple systems, that is mainly we go for our course. Okay, multiple antenna techniques, the utilization of the spatial dimension with the multiple antenna techniques, the fulfill the requirement of the LTE. That is a one technique in the we are using the multiple antenna. And also it improved coverage. Okay, it improved coverage and also improved the system capacity, that is a more user ourselves, and we are having the quality of service, targeted data rate, those we are attaining by the multiple antenna techniques describing. Okay, whenever you go with the multiple antenna techniques we can fulfill the requirements of LTE, and also with the multiple antenna we can give the improved coverage, we can use the improved coverage and also improving the system capacity. We are taking the quality of service, and also with the use of multi antenna techniques we go for the targeted data rates that we can attain by the these multiple antennas. From the multiple antennas only, from the multiple antennas only we can achieve the all the requirements. What are the requirements we have to fulfill from the these multiple antenna techniques? Next we can use these multiple antenna techniques, those are integrated part of the LTE specification. These LTE and VoLTE and also GSM, GPRS we also discussed in the first session of our course. In the introduction, mainly we discuss about the specification, what are technology we are using the multiple antennas and the multiple outputs, and coming to orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, where we are used in the generations of the 2G, 3G, and 4G. Coming to 5G, we already discussed which technology used in the which generation. Those we are also discussing in the first session. Okay, here we can go with the multiple antenna techniques, that is an integrated part of the LTE specification, and also we can use some requirements such as user peak data rates cannot be achieved without any utilization of the multiple antenna schemes. Okay, without any multiple antenna schemes we are unable to give the peak data rates. Okay, so nowadays we are having the 5th generation. Okay, they we having the high data rates coming to previous generation, coming 3G or 4G. Every generation we have to evaluate the data rates. Okay, then nowadays we are using the 5G generation. There we having the huge data rates. Without any multiple antenna techniques, we are unable to give that much of the data rates coming to our communication. Whenever we can go for the multiple antenna techniques, then only we can achieve those requirements of our user. Coming to multiple antenna techniques, we can see some radio links. Okay, coming to wireless communication, we can transmit the signal through the radio channel. Okay, the radio links is influenced by the multipath feeding phenomena and due to constructive and destructive interference at the receiver. Okay, we know that in the previous sessions also we discussed what is a multipath fading. Okay, what is a multipath fading means we are find out the multiple techniques for the we have to overcome the fading. Then we can use the diversity techniques. Okay, and also we can use the equalization for the intersymbol interference. Those whatever having the interference, intersymbol interference, those are we can overcome by the uh, equalization. That is also we discussed in the previous sessions. Equalization. Okay, that is also we discussed in the previous session. That is the equalization. Coming to multipath fading, we can overcome by the diversity. Okay, that is also overcome by the diversity. This is also overcome by the equalization, that interference, that is a ISI, intersymbol interference, that is overcome by the equalization. This is overcome by the diversity. Okay, here whenever using the applying the multiple antennas to the transmitter, the receiver multiple radio paths, it is be established between the each transmitting and also receiving antenna. Nowadays everyone know that how the communication established with the transmitter and receiver, because nowadays everyone know that particular technology, how the it is established the connection between the user and receiver. Those everyone knows. Like that, here you can establish the radio paths in between the transmitter and receiving antenna. In this way, we're having the different paths will be experienced and correlated fading. Okay, some of the interference will be there, that will go with the correlation fading, and also we have the uncorrelated fading also. Like whenever that, mainly that is experienced by the signal, that is only that path, that large scale fading and small scale fading, that is experienced by the signal only. For example, here I can consider here what is the large scale fading means. Here we having the large distance in between the time interval. That is a large scale fading, large scale. Okay, large scale fading. Coming to here, here we having the rapid fluctuations. Here we having the rapid fluctuation. This is called small scale fading. Small scale fading. Here we having the small scale fading. Here we having the large scale fading. These two are causes by the signal experience. Signal experience. Okay, with in the signal experience only, it caused by the large scale fading and also small scale fading. Okay, these are uncorrelated fading also. Next, coming to uncorrelated fading paths, the relative location of the antenna in the multiple antenna, we can go for the configurations that should be distant from the each other. Whenever you go for the correlated fading, okay, if we are go for the uncorrelated fading, what will happen? Here we consider the uncorrelated fadings, then we can having the relative location of the an antenna, we go with the multiple antenna configuration. If we are go with the correlated function fading, the antenna arrays are closely separated. Here we having the distant from each other. Those two multiple antennas we have the distant from each other. Coming to correlated fading, we're having the closely separated antenna arrays. Whether uncorrelated fading or correlated fading is required depends on the what is to be attained with the multiple antenna configurations. Okay, here mainly you can see, you can don't confuse here, everything is clear. Here we having the two functionalities, correlated fading and uncorrelated fading. Whenever using the uncorrelated fading, you can distant from the each other, those locations, because whenever we are having the transmitter antenna and receiving antenna, both we are having. Whenever you use this uncorrelated fading, then we having the distance from each other. Okay, whenever you use the correlated fading, those are the closely separated. Those whatever having the uncorrelated fading and also correlated fading is required to whatever fulfillment attained by the multiple antenna configuration. Those are depending on the multiple antenna configuration. Then we can go with the uncorrelated fading and also correlated fading. Okay, we are having the diverse techniques, because here we are having the multiple antenna downlink, we are having the fading techniques. The fading only the signal experience, the based on signal experience, we are having the large scale fading and also small scale fading. Whatever fading will be there, we can overcome by the diversity. We can overcome by the diverse techniques. Then we can go for the, this is the most common diversity technique, that is a spatial diversity. This is a mainly we are concentration on the spatial diversity. Whenever we have the mostly we can use this spatial diversity. Conventionally, the multiple antennas are excised achieve to increased diversity to encounter the effects instantaneous fading on the signal propagating through the multiple channel. The basic channel principle behind this spatial diversity is that each transmitter and receiver antenna pair establish the single path from the transmitter, and also we can go with the receiver. It provides the multiple copies of the transmitted signal to obtain an improved BER performance, okay, bit error rate. Okay, that performance we can also take in from the this spatial diversity. Mainly here we have the basic principle. We can the basic principle we can use the spatial diversity. Each transmitter and receiver antenna, both each transmitter and receiver antenna, the pair means here we have the connection establishment. Okay, whenever you go information share to the one pair, that is a particular transmitter and another particular receiver, there we having the pair, it establishes the single path from the transmitter to the receiver. Okay, here we having the some this transmitter and receiver, we having the single path in between the transmitter and receiver, and also we can provide the multiple path. Then we can have the transmitter signal, it will improve. Okay, for example, this signal is null, then the connection is also it will destroyed. Then we having the multiple copies means one signal is null, then we go for the another signal, that is the improved signal performance. Okay, next receiver diversity. Receiver diversity means the receiver diversity is the most straightforward and commonly utilized multiple antenna configuration, which is relays on the n greater than or equal to 2. Okay, it is which is relays on the n greater than 2. That means the number of received antenna. Then we can use this antenna, the received antenna achieves the spatial diversity. Whenever you go, we can take in the most commonly used spatial diversity. This is receiver diversity will be there. Here we having the some straightforward utilize the multiple antenna configuration, but we can also receive the number in function number of receiver antenna greater than or equal to 2. Then we can use this antenna, the receiver it can achieve the same spatial diversity. The based on the diversity technique, we can overcome the fading. Whatever the fading we are having, the large scale fading or small scale fading. Okay, and coming to the receiver antenna, also we also will improve the system performance when signal from the different antennas are optimally combined such a way that resulting signal demonstrate a reduced multiple variations. That is amplitude. Multiple variation means we having the different amplitudes in the signal. That based on the amplitudes we have the different variations when compared to the signal amplitude from any one antenna. Here we have in the multiple antenna means we are having the different transmitted antennas and different received antennas. Whenever you go for the resulting purpose, the signal will demonstrate the reduced amplitude variations, and also we can take the signal from the different antennas, those are optimally combined in such a way, then you can give the resulting signal. Okay, this is the received density diversity, and also in that we can use the number of receive antenna in SIMO configuration, and also the SIMO configuration collects the more energy at the receiver to improve the signal to noise ratio compared to the SISO configuration, that is a signal input and signal output, that is a SISO. Okay, here we have the two configuration, SIMO configuration and SIMO configuration. Okay, it collects the more energy at the receiver to the signal to the noise ratio. Then we can use the both spatial diversity and the receiver diversity. Those we are used for the MIMO technology, that is a multiple input and multiple output. Coming to, we are having the vector parameter. Okay, mainly we can go over the vector parameter. What is the vector parameter? We have the scalar parameter is the h. Okay, we are also discuss scalar parameter is the scalar parameter h. Okay, coming to scalar parameter, we having the vector parameter also we can call that is a vector h. Okay, here we having the collection of the symbols. The h vector h bar equal to h vector. Here we having the collection of the parameters h1, h2 up to h of n. This is the collection of parameters in the channel. Okay, here we can consider this is a vector. This is a vector. Okay, in the channel estimation vector. Okay, for example, you can consider this transmitter. This is a transmitter, and this is a receiver. Okay, here this is a transmitter and this is a receiver. Okay, in between we are having the channel. This is a h parameter. Okay, here we having the transmitted symbols. Okay, here we having the receiver symbol. This observation we can also call v of k equal to h plus v of k. Sorry, y of k equal to h plus v of k. Here we having the transmitter symbols and here we having the receiver symbols. Okay, in this transmitter we having the antennas. Here we can use the multiple antennas, and also here receiver antennas, multiple receiver antennas. We can place the multiple receiver antennas. Here we can place the different multiple antennas for the transmitter section and the receiver section. Okay, there we having the different transmitter sections. Then we can also write y of k equal to h of x of k plus v of k. Okay, this is a y of k here. This is observation, and h is the channel estimation, x is the transmitted symbols. This is a noise. We know it. This is a Gaussian noise. Okay, this is a Gaussian noise. Okay, like that we can find out the estimation of the vector parameters. This is for only channel estimation. Coming to like this, we are having the different x of k and transmission. Then we can having the some received signal estimation also. We can see, consider here. Here I consider transmission of pilot symbols. Transmission of pilot symbols. Okay, for that we are having the xi of k. It is a pilot symbol of transmit at the instant of k. Here this is a pilot symbols at instant of k, instant time of k. Okay, that means here we can write the I equal to 1, 2, 3, so on, n values. Okay, then that is instant. Okay, if you go for the x1 of k, this is a parameters, x2 of k, x2 3 of k, and so on, xn of k. Okay, these are instant of time. Okay, there we have the transmitted pilot symbols. Okay, mainly we can concentration on the multi antenna downlink. There we having the vector parameter. Okay, for example, in this one, downlink means this is a transmitter and this is a receiver. Okay, that means here we having the base station. Okay, in between here we having the receiver. Here whenever information transmitted to receiver, this is a downlink. Okay, this is the base station. Here this is called downlink. Coming to another, this is a base station. Okay, this is a receiver, this is a transmitter, and this is a receiver. If the information passed to the receiver to transmitter, the base station, this is called uplink. Okay, that is a downlink, and this is the uplink. Okay, like that we can go with the transmitter symbol in the various downlink or uplink in the multi antenna. Okay, for that we can consider the vector parameters, that is a transmitter parameter or channel estimation parameter or received parameter. Okay, therefore we are having the receiver. Now this is the transmitter pilot symbol. We can go for the receiver pilot symbol means, okay, we can also write y I of k. Okay, here we can answer time instant of k value. Okay, then we can also write in the observation model y of k equal to h1 x1 of k plus x2 of k plus so on hm value xm of k plus v of k. Okay, we are compulsory we can add the v of k in this one observation model. Then generally we are having observation model is the y equal to h of x of k plus v. This is a generally observation model. Coming to in this multiple antennas, we are having the multiple transmit symbols and the multiple receive symbols. That's why I can write y of k equal to h1 x1 of k plus x2 of k plus so on hm xm of k plus v of k. Here we can write this is a observed symbol. Here we have now this is a observed symbol. This is a combination of combination of combination of combination from symbols and symbols of transmitted and also transmitted and also channel various channel symbols, various channels. Okay, coming to this is a Gaussian noise and also we can write a corresponding noise for this uh, particular observation, corresponding noise. Okay, like that we can go with these vector parameter estimation, that is in the system model multi antenna downlink. We can consider this is a observed model and this is a combination of from symbols. We are taking the x1 h1 x1 of k, the both channel various symbols. Okay, symbols we can find out. Okay, this v of k is the corresponding noise and also we can call it Gaussian noise corresponding to this one, and also I can represent this one y of k equal to x1 of k x2 of k plus so on xm of k. We can also write with h1 h2 and hm and plus v of k. Okay, here we can write like this. This is a receiver. Okay, this is also called row vector of pilot symbols from from transmitter antenna Okay, this is a parameter vector. This is a parameter vector and this is a noise, Gaussian noise. Okay, here I consider y of k equal to this is a x1 of k, x2 of k, and with the value of xm of k, and they can multiply with the h1, h2, and hm. That is a parameter vector plus Gaussian noise. We can consider for the vector parameter. Next, considering the n pilot symbols. Okay, here I considering the n pilot symbols. Then we can go with the consider n pilot symbols. Okay, coming to receiver section. Then we can write the y of 1, y of 2, so on y of n. Okay, this is the received symbols. These are the received symbols. Okay, from in this one whatever we can find out the transmitted symbols and also we can go for the received symbol. Then we can write here y of 1, y of 2, so on y of n. Okay, I can write here x1 of 1, x2 of 1, so on x n of m. Okay, here I can write x1 of 2, x2 of 2, so on xn of here I can write here xn of 1 and here I can write xn of 2. Here next one x1 of 3 comma x1 of 2, here I can write x2 of 3 so on xn of 3. Like that we can consider, here I consider so on xm of x 1 of m x 2 of m, so on xn of m. Like that we can write, and also multiplied with h1 h2 up to so on hm. Okay, here and also we can write values of the noise v1 v2 up to vm. Okay, here clear. Here we having the symbols, that is in pilot symbol I consider here. Okay, for that I can corresponding I write the all the transmitter symbol. These are the transmitter symbols, transmitter symbols. Okay, this is in the downlink transmitter symbols, that is a n by m. Okay, n by n matrix. Coming to here we having the channel estimation vector, channel estimation vector. Here we having the channel estimation vector. This is a noise vector, noise vector. Okay, here this is a y bar, this is a y bar. Here we having the n greater than or equal to m. Here we having the condition n greater than or m means number of pilot symbols greater than or equal of efficient channel coefficient. Here this is the number of pilot symbols. Okay, pilot symbols greater than or equal to channel coefficient. Okay, channel coefficient. But don't confuse here. I consider in the n pilot symbol. For that I can write the y vector. That is in the y1, y2 up to so on yn. Okay, from this two we have to corresponding take the transmitted symbols. That is the corresponding symbols are x1, x2 up to xn of 1. That is the first row. And coming to next one x1 of 2 and x2 of 2. These are the different symbols. Like to I can write x1 of m, x2 of m, so on x1 of m. Okay, here again I can write the corresponding channel parameter vector, that is a h1 h2 so on hm. Okay, plus again we add the noise vector also, that is a v1 v2 so on vm. Here this is a transmitter symbol, this is a channel estimation vector, this is a noise vector. Here I can have the condition n greater than or equal to m means that is the number of pilot symbol greater than or equal to channel efficient coefficient. Next come from in this we can write vector parameter estimation of the multi antenna downlink. Vector parameter of the vector parameter estimation for vector parameter estimation for multi antenna downlink channel. Okay, for that I can write vectors y bar equal to x h bar plus v bar. Okay, here we can write those are the final equation for the vector parameter estimation of the multi antenna downlink channel. That is a y bar equal to x bar h bar plus v bar. Okay, here this is a n cross 1 observation vector. Okay, observation vector. This is the n cross 1 observation vector. Here we having the x1 is the n cross m, that is a pilot symbols, transmitted pilot symbols. This is the m cross 1 channel vector. M cross 1 channel vector. This is the m cross 1 noise vector. Then we have to estimate the h parameter of the, here we can write also this one, estimation of the estimate h vector parameter. Okay, this is our final equation, that is a vector parameter estimation. This is a, we can write y bar equal to x bar h bar plus v bar. This is for vector parameter estimation. Here we have the observation vector, and also we have the pilot symbol vector, that is the X bar, and also we having the channel vector, that is the H bar, plus V bar equal to noise vector. Here we having the different matrices, and finally we can go with the estimate of the H bar vector parameterization. Okay, then we can go with this channel estimation for the multi antenna downlink. Okay, once we will see the how we can find out these parameter estimation means, we can go with this one. In this one mainly we can consider the multiple antenna techniques, and in the multiple antenna techniques the main concentration on the receiver diversity and also spatial diversity. Okay, you can observe here, this is a downlink scenario, this is a uplink scenario. Here we having the downlink scenario and uplink scenario. Whenever the information from the transmitter to receiver, there we having the downlink scenario. Okay, whenever information from the receiver to transmitter, that we call the uplink scenario. Okay, here we can consider the scalar parameter. First of all, we have to find out the scalar parameter, that is a channel estimation, that is a H bar. Okay, that's why I consider the transmitter and receiver. Here we can take in the two sections. There we having transmitted symbols and also receiver symbols. In between we are having the multiple antennas for the transmitter and multiple antennas for the receiver also. Okay, here we having the general observation model y of k equal to h plus v of k. Okay, this is the collection of the parameters from the h bar, that is the h parameter. Okay, then we can write this one. From this one we can consider the transmitted symbols, that is a hxi. I can write x I of k equal to, there is a pilot symbol here, I equal to 1, 2, 3, so on, in values and samples here I consider. Then we can also receiver section also here I consider y I of k equal to k instant of time. Then we can also write k equal to I equal to 1, 2, 3 up to so on in. Then we have in the observation model y of k equal to this value h1 x1 of k plus h2 x2 of k plus some is so 1 hm xm of k plus v of k. Here this is the v of k is the corresponding pilot symbols of the noise vector. Here we having the observation model. This is a combination of the symbols from the transmitter and channel variation symbols. Okay, like that we having the some observation model for the multiple antenna inputs. Okay, y of k equal to, this is a observation model, observation parameter, then x1 of k, x2 of k, so on, xm of k. Here I considering the 1 cross m values. Okay, in that I can also take in the h1, h2 up to so on hm values, that is a parameter vector, plus we can also take in the corresponding Gaussian noise for this observation model. From in this one I can simplify the y1 of 1 and y of 2 and y of n. Here this is the y parameter. Mainly I consider here n pilot symbols. Here I consider the n pilot symbols in the receiver section also. That is the y of 1, y of 2, y of n, that is the receiver symbols. Here we have in the y of 1, y of 2 and y of n. This is a y vector, that is the observation vector. This is a observation vector. This is a observation vector. This is a observation vector. Here again consider transmitter symbols. Here we have the channel estimation vector. This is a noise vector. Here we can take in the transmitter symbol in the n greater than or equal to m, that is the number of pilot symbols greater than or equal to the channel coefficient. Okay, this is also we can take in from the vector parameter. Finally we have to take in the vector parameter in the multiple antenna downlink channel. Okay, for that I can consider the y bar equal to x bar x h bar plus v bar. This is for our resultant. This is our result. Okay, from in this one we can find out the observation vector of the y bar, and x bar is the transmitter vector, h bar is the channel estimation vector, and v bar is a noise vector. Okay, from in this one we can find out the vector parameter estimation for the multi antenna downlink. So mainly we can go for the uplink or downlink. We can consider the multi antennas. Because the multi antenna means, for example, we are having the different fading techniques. Okay, the based on the fading, the signal experience will be there. Okay, then we can overcome by these fading techniques. by the diversity. There we have the spatial diversity, reservoir diversity, and time diversity, frequency diversity. Coming to fading, we are having the large scale fading and small scale fading. The based on the signal experience. The based on the signal experience, we have to take in the these fading techniques. Whenever you go with the signal experience, that will also causes the interference. That is the intersymbol interference. That will also we can overcome by the equalization method. And also we are having the channel coding. Okay, that is also we can use these three techniques, whatever having the equalization, diversity, and channel coding. These three techniques also we can improve the capacity of the wireless communication system. Okay, with these three, okay, without any increasing the bandwidth and transmitted power, we can also help the equalization, diversity, and also channel coding. Then we can also improve our channel capacity. Okay, that is in the wireless system. Okay, whenever you go with the vector parameter estimation in the wireless communication, for example, in the previously we are taking the wireless sensor network. Okay, there we having the parameter estimation from the unknown parameter. There we can take in the information to the sensor. That sensor transfer the information to the particular node. That is sensor information sent to the central location. Like that, very also we can find out the vector parameter in the wireless sensor network. Here also same in the multi-antenna downlink means we are considering the multiple transmitter symbols. Okay, here we take in the multiple transmit symbols and multiple corresponding received symbols. Here I consider both transmitted symbols and also received symbols through the vector parameter. Here we having the this is a resultant one the y bar equal to x bar h bar plus v bar. This is the observation vector and the pilot symbols, that is the channel vector. Then we can have the estimator vector parameter. Okay, this is a session of the vector parameter estimation in the system model for the multi-antenna downlink channel. Okay, coming to next session, we can go with the vector parameter estimation in the different functionalities. That will also we can see in the next session. Okay, in this session mainly we can concentrate on the multi-antenna downlink system for the vector parameter estimation. For that, I can consider the different multiple antennas transmitted symbols and different multiple antennas received symbols. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.